Hello students, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about an organization that has made a news headline, that is ISISK, that is Islamic State. K stands for Khorasan. Recently, this organization has also allegedly attacked the Russian capital city of Moscow. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about the origin of this organization, the ideology that is driving this organization, and also what is the goals or what are the goals that this organization is trying to achieve. But before that, let us try to understand why this organization is back in news. Now, multiple gunmen in the Russian capital city of Moscow went on a shooting rampage in famous Crocus City Hall, and due to this almost 143 people were killed and 100 more were injured in this heinous attack. So far, at least 11 people including 4 suspected gunmen had been arrested as far as the official what we can say government of Russia, that is Kremlin, is concerned, that it has delivered the statement. Earlier, the Islamic State Khorasan claimed responsibility for the attack in a statement that was posted on social media. And not only this, even the United States intelligence has confirmed that behind this attack, ISISK this indeed was responsible for and was actually involved. Now, if we talk about briefly that what is this organization? So, ISISK, also called as Islamic State Khorasan, basically by the end of year 2014 or in the beginning of 2015 emerged as a major terrorist organization in the eastern part of Afghanistan. As well as if you talk about the current situation, presently it is one of the most active ISIS affiliates working all across the globe. Now, Khorasan basically here refers to a region that was an ancient caliphate which basically lies in the part of Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan and Turkmenistan. And the group, basically if we talk about the fighters of the ISISK, they largely are the breakaway fighters of the earlier active terrorist organization called as TTP, that is Tehreek-e-Taliban, whose branch also was established in Pakistan, which is called as Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. As well as other fighters largely from the Central Asian nations are the one who are basically making the ranks of this organization, and also they have pledged allegiance to the late ISIS leader called as Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Now, if you look at the term Khorasan, let us try to understand that where is Khorasan situated. So, as we can see from this map of Central Asia as well as South Asia, we can see Central Asia as well as the Afghanistan. We can clearly see that this red region that you are seeing here encompassing part of Afghanistan, especially the this what you can call as the western Afghanistan or the northwestern Afghanistan, a part of Turkmenistan and a large part of Iran having bordered with Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, is something that is claimed as the Khorasan region, and also it was the ancient caliphate of the Islam. Now, basically the goal and status of ISISK, if we try to understand, it clearly has stated that its goal is to establish Islamic rule in the province. Here province refers to again the Khorasan region. For that they are ready to wage jihad, that is the holy war. Now, all of this is for the sake of establishing the Sharia. That is what the ISISK said in a video message which is released just after its formation in 2015. The group's membership is said to have declined obviously since 2018, with the United States and Taliban inflicting heavy losses, especially in the Afghanistan region. However, it still remains one of the greatest threat to Taliban's authority in the region, because the Taliban and ISISK are continuously in conflict with each other, and even so, once Taliban has taken power of Afghanistan few years back. Now, not only the Moscow city attack, the recent attack, ISISK has been involved in several other major attacks as well. So, if we take a look at that, in 2021, the Kabul International Airport attack that happened when the US was withdrawing from the Afghanistan after transferring power to the Taliban, that was also claimed by ISISK. The attack killed almost 13 US troops and at least 175 Afghan civilians, which is also a very high casualty. Second, the suicide bombing that happened in the Russian embassy in Kabul in the next year, that is 2022, and the twin bombings in Kerman. Kerman is a city in Iran, and earlier in 2024, which killed nearly 100 people. So, these are the 3 major recent attacks carried by ISISK, and then one more we can add on the city of Moscow. Now, why Russia or the capital city of Russia, Moscow, has been attacked by ISISK? If we try to understand this, we can look at from the ideology or look at from the video statement that they have released in past 2 years. It has clearly stated, and it has been fixated on the Russia for past 2 years and frequently has criticized Putin for the Russian propaganda. Now, what is the reason why Russia has emerged as a key adversary for ISIS or ISIS-K, this we can understand by looking at the three factors. First of all, we know that since 2014, since ISIS came into existence, especially in the region of Iran and Syria, Russia's engagement in the global fight against ISIS and affiliates is one of the reasons why ISIS has become a kind of enemy to it. Second, Russia also has launched several military operations in Syria, largely to protect the regime of Bashar al-Assad against the ISIS attacks. And third, efforts that it has made to establish connections with the Afghanistan Taliban, which is an arch rival of ISIS-K, has also made Russia kind of arch enemy in the eyes of ISIS-K. So these three are broadly major factors that has caused the ISIS-K to track Russia. Now the question comes that how, because per se if you look at in prima facie, if you look at the goals of the Taliban or ISIS-K, it seems very similar. So why ISIS-K is against Taliban, or why they are having a rivalry or conflict with each other? So for understanding this, we have to understand that Taliban from very beginning wanted to have a complete control or capture the state power in the Afghanistan, and that is why it did not like that its monopoly over what we call as violent jihad, especially in the Afghanistan and surrounding regions, are being challenged by another organization, because ISIS-K claims that its attractiveness toward what we can say is launching an attack or violent jihad is much more better as compared to Taliban, because ISIS-K claim itself to be a global organization, while Taliban is largely restricted in the Afghanistan and the border areas of Afghanistan. Second, Taliban are tribal nationalist militant forces which are backed by Pakistan, whereas the ISK does not believe in national borders. They claim themselves to be a global jihadists who are fighting for transnational Islamic Caliphate. Third, the ideological and operational differences between ISIS and Taliban has led to open clashes between both these organizations, and it is due to this particular region. When Taliban came into power in Afghanistan, it actually what I can say killed many of the ISK fighters, and the people who were sitting in the jails of Kabul, the members of Taliban, they were simply basically taken into custody, while all the ISIS-K fighters that were lodged in the jail of Kabul, they were simply killed by Talibani fighters. So that also tells us the rivalry between Taliban and this ISIS-K. So what we can say in conclusion is that today the ISK wants to be the center of global jihadism, and back-to-back attacks that it has carried in different places, ranging from Istanbul in Turkey to Kerman in Iran to Moscow in Russia, it basically suggests the group is on a path to revival, especially after its decimation somewhere in the year 2016-17 by a collaborative effort of Iran, Russia and United States. Now it is on a path to revival 6 years after its physical caliphate was destroyed. And chaos in West Asia that is happening, especially after the revival and coming back of Taliban, a base in Afghanistan that it has formed during the tumultuous of the Taliban of the Afghanistan, and also the foot soldiers that it is continuously attracting from the Central Asian regions, are all basically is believed to be helping the group in expanding its activities with highly sophisticated internet propaganda that is also trying to portray and flourish on in the cyber world. So this is all overall the brief discussion that we had about ISIS-K. I hope you understood about the goals, objectives and origins of ISIS-K and how it is gaining a strong foothold again. That is all for this particular video. Thank you very much.